Hi guys, this is Abel Laris of Yugatech, and I know a lot of you are waiting for that video comparison between the Galaxy S7 and the Xiaomi Mi 5. So after doing the full written reviews and video reviews of the two devices, I think we have enough hands-on experience to give an honest opinion between the two. So let's go! The Galaxy S7 and the Xiaomi Mi 5 are both really good smartphones, and they actually have a lot of things in common. In fact, the single biggest difference between them is the retail price. But let's go into the specifics first. Samsung has done a great job with their design since the Galaxy S6 and continued to refine it in the Galaxy S7. On the other hand, Xiaomi has been making great looking phones since the Xiaomi Mi 3. And while the Mi 5 has very similar design details as the Galaxy S7, we think there are a few details that needed to be refined, like the narrow fingerprint scanner. The Mi 5 took points off the S7 by making the camera flat against the back panel, while the S7 still has its camera slightly protruding. Everything else looks and feels the same. Props to Xiaomi for putting USB Type-C and an IR blaster on the Mi 5, while Samsung managed to get a hybrid dual SIM micro SD card slot in there, as well as IP68 water resistance. The Mi 5 is slightly thinner and so much lighter than the S7. It's a pretty tight race in terms of design and material, so we're calling it a tie in this department. The Galaxy S7 comes with a 5.1 display and a Quad HD resolution. This is the gold standard in flagship display around this time, compared to the Xiaomi Mi 5, which has a 5.15-inch display and a Full HD resolution. The latter seemed far behind. On paper, yes, but putting them side by side, there's not much noticeable difference really. While the AMOLED display of the S7 looked better in terms of contrast, the Mi 5 has a slightly higher screen brightness, which is really good for the outdoors. The always-on display adds a slight edge, so we're calling this one for the Galaxy S7. Samsung uses its own Exynos 8890 and Snapdragon 820 chip, depending on which region you are in. Xiaomi stuck it out with a Snapdragon 820 instead. However, the entry-level variant has a slightly slower clock speed of 1.8 GHz and only 3 GB of RAM, while the S7 has everything cranked up to maximum performance and paired it with 4 GB of RAM. In some aspects, we would expect almost similar performance between the two, but due to the larger memory on the Galaxy S7, we're giving this one to Samsung. Xiaomi uses a Sony IMX298 sensor on the Mi 5. It has a 16-megapixel sensor with an f.2 aperture, face detection autofocus, 4-axis optical image stabilization, and a dual LED dual-tone flash. Samsung, on the other hand, got a Sony IMX260 sensor, which is just 12 megapixels but with a larger f1.7 aperture. The S7 does pretty good in both daytime and nighttime photography due to the higher aperture. The Mi 5 does a pretty good job in daylight photography but did not perform as well in low light conditions. Both can do 4K videos and has good image stabilization. We like the double tap on the home screen, which opens up the camera on the S7, that we always tend to do the same on the Mi 5. In this case, we give the point to the Galaxy S7. This part is really easy since both the Mi 5 and the S7 have a non-removable 3000 mAh lithium-ion battery. In our standard PCMark battery tests, the Mi 5 got 8 hours and 41 minutes while the Galaxy S7 got 9 hours and 19 minutes. That's a difference of about 7% in favor of the Galaxy S7. It's not a huge difference altogether, but we're giving the point to the Galaxy S7 nonetheless. One thing to note though is that the Xiaomi Mi 5 has a really impressive charging time, which is about 71 minutes based on our tests. Then, there are extra features on both phones that really add value to the overall perception of the devices. We thought it would be best to also consider them in this comparison. IP68 dust and water resistance, as well as fast wireless charging on the Galaxy S7, IR blaster and super fast charging on the Xiaomi Mi 5. There's hybrid dual SIM micro SD card slot on the S7 and only dual SIM on the Mi 5. All things considered, we think the water resistance feature on the Galaxy S7 got us for the extra bonus point. As for the price, it's obvious that the Xiaomi Mi 5 pretty much trumped the Galaxy S7 in this category, with the latter costing almost twice the price tag on the Mi 5. No contest here, the Mi 5 takes a point. At face value, the Samsung Galaxy S7 cornered 6 points out of a possible total of 7, while the Xiaomi Mi 5 only got 2. Our verdict, the Galaxy S7 wins this matchup. However, if you have to consider the price tag, which is a huge consideration if you're looking to get either one of these devices as your new phone. If you have the money, go ahead and get the Galaxy S7. But if you're on a tight budget, we certainly think you will not be disappointed with the Xiaomi Mi 5. Well, that's it for our quick comparison of the Galaxy S7 and the Xiaomi Mi 5. We hope you liked the video and we were able to help you decide which one to get. If you want to see the full video reviews of the Mi 5 or the Galaxy S7, just go check out the description of this video for those links. If you want to see more of this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Once again, this is Abel Anders of Yugatech, and see you in our next video.